It's happened to all of us. You reach out to pet your sweet little puppy, and a little zap hits them right there on the snoot. And then that puppy looks at you like you've betrayed everything that they've ever known about you. That's why right now I'm going to tell you how you can fix a house that's too dry. So we're going to start with the most obvious answer first, which is going to be to add a humidifier to your home. Now you can get a single room humidifier, and that's really going to work in a very small confined space. Or you can do a whole home humidifier, which is going to add that moisture back into the air throughout the entire house. So adding a humidifier is probably the best and easiest option, but one thing you do have to keep in mind is that you have to keep that clean. If not, it's going to be not only pumping out moisture into your home, but it's also going to be pumping out possibly mold and even bacteria. Now, when you take a shower, you probably close the door so you can have a little bit of privacy. But if you leave the door open while you take a shower, that humidity and moisture is going to actually move out of the bathroom into other areas of the house, which is also going to help with the house being too dry. When you do your laundry at home, instead of using your dryer, you can actually air dry your clothes. You can use like a drying rack. You can even hang up a clothesline in your basement, whatever works best for you. This is going to release the moisture from the clothing into the air of your home. One thing to keep in mind though is to not have those by like any open windows, anything like that, because the moisture is going exactly where you don't want it, which is outside. Now, if you're not like me and you can keep a plant alive for longer than a few days, that's also an option for you too. Plants in your home actually release natural humidity into the air. Bonus tip for this is that if you cluster plants together in an area, this increases the amount of humidity that they release into the home. So that's another way that you can keep your house from drying out. Your kitchen is another area where you can add moisture back into the air. Just put on some boiling pots. Once the water starts to boil, it's going to start to evaporate, but it's also going to release moisture back into the air, which is going to at least make your kitchen not dry or full of static. A really fun hack that can help you keep your house from drying out is to actually add either a bowl or a bucket of water in front of a heat vent. I'm sure you're like, that sounds crazy and messy, but position it in a way so that it's not going to get knocked over and spill. As the heat comes out through the vent, it's going to hit that water, which is going to cause evaporation, which is going to release moisture back into the air. So finally, the best way to keep your house from drying out is to keep the cold air out. Let's talk about science a little bit. That cold air is very dry. Now, if it's finding a way into your home is dry now too, and you don't want that. So the options that you have. One, you can update your insulation to something like foam that creates an air seal that's going to block the cold air from getting in, and it's going to keep you from shocking your little babies and your puppies. You can look around your windows and doors. That's where you're going to want to check for air leaks as well. It's not just an insulation issue, it can be a whole house issue. Any place that you can find where air is leaking in, you're going to want to seal those up. Now, when it comes to dealing with the dryness in your house, there's a couple of things that you need to keep in mind. One is going to be ideal humidity. You want the humidity in your home to be around 30 to 50%. If it's not between 30 and 50%, you're going to deal with dry skin, dry sinuses, plus hair standing on end and giving little zaps to everybody that you care about. Another thing that you're going to want to do is have someone look at your HVAC system. If you've tried everything else and your house is still too dry, there could definitely be an issue with the air that's coming in through your HVAC system into the home. So it might be a time to call the professionals in to take a look to make sure that that's not what's going on. Now that I've told you how you can keep your house from drying out, you might have more questions about the cool things that foam insulation can help with. If that's the case, check out the Learning Center on our website. There you're going to find tons of really cool articles and videos and resources to help you learn more about foam insulation and building science. I'm your building science brainiac reminding you to bring a little science to every project.